Hello, welcome to Words with Modern Railway. My name's Mike and we've got another new episode of Let's Build a Card Kit. Now the card kit we're going to build today, it's long overdue. It's the 40-foot shipping containers, and I've had a bit of a rethink regards how these should be built, because the 20-foot containers are just a print only type build, where this one is actually a covering strip over some 2mm card. So hopefully, because they're slightly bigger containers, this should be a little bit more sturdier once they're on your layout. Now each kit will print two containers. We've got the base sections here, and then these are the top covering wraparound sections, and then on the 2mm card we've got the bottom and top and the two sides for each of the containers, and the end pieces are here. So what I'll do is I'll cut out just one of these, and I'll show you how easy it is to actually build these new 40-foot containers. Okay, so I've got the sections cut out. There's the top of the container, a left side container, bottom container, right side container, and then your two end pieces for the container. Now they're glued together quite simply, and what you'll do is you'll start with, say, the right side container, and these are the same height as the end pieces, so you glue that piece on there and that piece to there. Then we'll glue the bottom in, then you can do the top, and then the last piece to go on will be the left side container, and that will give you the box section required ready, so you can then wrap it with the covering strips. So let's get some glue applied and get these end pieces glued on. Now you don't need too much glue. I'm just using Prick PVA. Just apply it onto the edge of the card, like so. Put it onto a flat surface. Because this is gridded, it makes it nice and simple. Now it's up to you. You can have it so that the wording's in and then we'll cover on the plain section, or you can turn it round and then you'll have the white card. Makes no difference. I'm going to glue mine so they're all facing in. So that goes onto there. Then we'll do the same on the other edge. Apply some PVA glue. Once again, keeping it flat. Right, and then what we want then is the bottom section, which will apply some glue onto these edges so it fits in there. I won't bore you doing that on the video, but let me just switch off for now whilst I get this glued. Okay, so I've got the basic container glued together. As can be seen, not much to it. So before we start covering this, what we'll do is we'll just bob it to one side to let that glue just grab a little bit, because we don't want to manhandle it too much at this stage. So we'll put this to one side. We'll just put that to one side, and then what we need to look at is the covering strips. Now you've got some fold over edges here, and these two, that's his door section, that's his blank end section there, and there's some dotted red lines down these. Now what I'll do whilst we're still on camera is those dotted red lines, this is a empty Bic pen, all the ink's gone, but the rollerball is still useful for marking up see what we'll do. 1, 2, 3. That will put a nice crisp edge into the creases once we start to fold. Now what we'll do is I'll show you a couple more. Basically just bring it along. 1, 2, 3. I find 3 is more than enough to form these creases. And we'll do this one. Now you'll have noticed I've not been on YouTube for a while or updated the website for quite some time. That's quite simple. Been without PC for about 2-3 months. The laptop I was using finally gave up the ghost. Lost a few kits in the process, which was really annoying. Now I've got myself a new laptop, which is good, because I'm now ready to get back up on board. Also, since the weather improved here in the UK, I've been outside in the garden. Lots of gardening work going on, and we've also been busy converting a coal house into an outside porch area. That project's finally coming to an end, so I'm hoping things are going to drop back into place, which means I can now get on with modelling again, because I've certainly missed going into the loft. Trouble is with me not going into the loft, I've started to use it as a dumping ground again, so a couple of weekends are going to be required up there to actually get that sorted. Right, so I've scored everything I need. What I'm going to do is just cut this section out, and I'll cut these two sections here, and then I'll show you how we go around folding these score lines. Okay, so here we are. We've got the cover strip all cut out, got them pre-folded, got the tabs folded. Now, as I've mentioned on several other kits, especially anything that where you're wrapping around another object, I like to put pencil lines on. It helps square up the object that's going in there, so hopefully we can get it spot on. There's the base section, and then the two end covering strips. So what we need to do is move those out of the way, because we don't need those yet. This is the one that we do need. Let's get the glue together box section, stuck together rather well. What we can do is test fit it dry. Should fit in between the lines, which it does. Excellent. They cover over. They cover over at the ends. We're looking pretty good, I would say. So, move the box section out of the way. Now, I use a glue mat. It just stops the PVA from getting absolutely everywhere. I do hope it's turning out on this camcorder, because the sun's coming through the dining room window like there's no tomorrow. Right, make sure you cover the full thing. Make sure you get a good coat. Get it to the ends. Right. Now then, what I like to do is put that back on. Right. Start with the top. Put it onto your glue lines. They're the lines that you've got marked up with pencil. Fold over the ends. Fold over the other end. Right. What we need to do, I've just had a beep telling me the camcorder battery is about to go, which is typical. Right, let's turn around the other way. Fold that over. Right, we can now get the glue mat out of the way. Get those bottom sections over. It looks like we need some more glue on there. Well, that's fine. We can do that. Get those end tabs over. Yeah, need some more glue on there. This is the trouble when you're working in heat. You need to be pretty quick with this Pritt PVA glue. It has a tendency to dry pretty quick. Let's get some on the ends. Trying to keep it into the camera so you can see what I'm doing all the time. But there we go. Some on that end. Get that over. To this end. Get that over. Right, it's just this section here. Hasn't taken too well. So that's okay. We'll get some more glue down there. Right, let me just get this. Make sure that goes over. There we go. Bit more glue in there. Right. Just stand it on its base, like so. Let me just get okay, for the next part, let's get the base. Got plenty of glue on. Oops. Try and not let it bend round onto itself. Right, okay, we can take the covering strip off the glue mat. What we're going to try and do, if we can, is get that square onto the base of the container. Fold those ends over, fold those ends over. I've got some glue on there, but it doesn't matter too much. That's the base glued on. See, coming together rather well, and it comes together quite quickly. Now I may retro fit these to the 20-foot containers because nice and solid, so it should be a simple case of just cutting this 40-foot container in half and just redesigning the wrap that goes round the 2mm card substructure underneath. Right, so that's where we're at the moment. We're now ready for the last bit of the assembly. We're going to glue these onto these ends, and it's nice and simple. I'm going to get some PVA. You can use the stuff that we've been using, but it seems to be drying out rather quickly. It is rather warm here in the UK at the moment, so I'm going to use a plastic spatula. Just be very careful you don't go too far over the ends with it. I keep forgetting, I keep moving it away out of the camera. Right, and then doesn't matter which one you do, you just need to make sure you get it the right side up. So we'll glue that piece onto there, just like so. So that's the door section on. Turn it round. Let's do the other end. Just a wee bit more PVA. Okay. Make sure you get to those ends. That's why the Pritt stick's actually a little bit better than this, but like I says, I'm having trouble with it drying out rather too quick. So once again, just make sure you've got the orientation right. Put that on, fix it to the glue. Make sure it's nice and square. Turn it over. And then that is the 40-foot container complete. She's now ready to go onto the layout. Now I have got some other covering strips. I think they're all the same as what's in the 20-foot container, but I'll double check. But I believe this is now ready for all you eager beavers out there that have been waiting for these 40-foot versions to come along. Here you go. Now I hope you've enjoyed your little day with me here at Let's Build a Card Kit, and I'll catch you all soon, and it's bye for now.